want to make a video to talk about what happened this weekend. I don't feel in my heart that I sinned by getting angry. Um, I spent 18 hours and I went through an entire set of tasks, which is basically where you click on a review and it discusses the amount, the booking, and then you process it, by clicking and submitting it to the platform so it gets posted out on the web as a review, and also there's confirmations in there. They're complex, but they're called tasks, and you have a commission for each one, and also each one is purchased through the platform through e-currency, which is U.S. dollar coin. And then after your tasks are done and your commissions are posted, you can you can cash out sometimes, but you always have to have a balance in there, a positive balance. Otherwise, you have to do a reset, which requires paying anyway. So you always got to leave about 100 or 200 in there. But yeah, the thing is, you shouldn't have to pay to work. But in the beginning, this is the problem. I was a little bit over 780 short because instead of getting two combo tasks, my trainer said usually people get two combo tasks, but I only got one. So my commission should have been around 120, which would leave a credit balance, so I would be fine. But I didn't. I got one combo task, so I was at $83, 83.70, or 83.80. No, I mean 92.80. No, 93.80. I forget. Yeah, it was 93.80. So it was 720. I had to deposit somewhere around there. $7 or $8 I had to deposit, and I wasn't going to do that. I'm not going to pay to work. Well, this is just only beginning, If you go through tasks next week, then you can do another withdrawal, and then you'll have cash in your pocket. I'm like, yeah, but this is how it starts in the beginning, and then it happens again and again. I'm like, I shouldn't have to pay to work. This isn't a brokerage. And even if you work at a brokerage and you're trading commodities or you're investing for people, you have surplus money to work from. And you get your fees besides that. So, your fees are taken out of that. So, yeah, it just seemed too sketchy. But it was great, for at least a moment to remember back in the days when I when I was in high school, following the markets, IBM, Apple, Microsoft, all the old guys, following all the blue chips, following the NASDAQ, in college, talking about them and about the policies and philosophy behind them. And then when I joined the Navy, actually investing in them. E-Trade, Ameritrade, lots of good times. But so it was, cool to jump into the digital currency market because I never have. But it's, at first I was like, whoa, I don't know anything about this stuff. But once I jump back in, it's the only thing you're changing is a market price and a symbol. That's it. And the job would have been really cool, but it's fake. I think it's fake. I mean, unless somebody else has experience that they have to pay in, I put a video out there. But I don't even know how this person. She said I was recruited by somebody else, which is true. I did talk to somebody last week who said I'd be contacted by a recruiter for a platform. What did she call it? employment platform, I guess. I think that's the word she used. And I thought it was odd. The person looked like they were like 18, 19, 20-ish. And, there's some kind of a trainer for a company. But, hey, there's a lot of that nowadays. So I'm like, okay. But then when the whole issue of money, I told her in the beginning, I said, I'm not, equipped to do network marketing right now. I can't put the time or the investment into it. And I'm not going to pay to work. And sure enough, at the end, they want me to pay to work. And it is network marketing, but it's a great platform. But personally, I don't think people should have to pay. I think any network, I've been involved in several network marketing before, several different, with the Excel, the trucking company, Amway, what is it called? The Diamonds? I'm trying to forget what that was. Another one, company Blue Diamond or Triple Diamond or something. I forget. A couple of different type things. And then there's a network marketing company that's attached to a company that I invested in, American Income Life. There's a certain degree of network marketing within their insurance company and the sales side. Active sales and active training. After that, the network marketing stuff kind of dissipates, but it's just the initial part. And I know network marketing philosophy, you pay to test your mettle. Are you really equipped to do it? Are you really going to devote time? It's hogwash. It's hogwash. It's about cash. If somebody looks at something, a pyramid, I don't want to say scheme because they're not all schemes. If you look at any franchising opportunity, there's always varying degrees of commission percentages depending on where you are. So, I'm not going to say scheme because you see it throughout the sales world. Does the sales manager make more than the salesman, or do they make the same? No, they make more. So it's not a scheme. It's just, it's negative attitude towards, network marketing. And some of it is very legitimate. And some of it, has a very sound philosophy behind it. And their percentages and their motivations are all very, they're good. But alas, when they wanted me to pay, I said no. And then the person opened up to me, single mom, probably millennial age. And I was surprised. I thought it was just some, trust fund kid who got involved in a platform. I was like, okay, this is a good job hookup. When it was somebody, a little bit older with kids, it changed my perspective. I'm like, wow. But still, I'm like, no, I'm not going to pay to work. If this company is legit, they wouldn't be requiring this. You're beginning people to pay to work. I sold insurance. I didn't pay anything to work. My first commissions and my first investment in the company came out of my policy sales. In the end, I only stayed there 6 months because I kept getting a bad area. People were hesitant to buy. Met a lot of interesting people. I met a couple of real life hoarders. Usually it's something you only see on TV, but I met a couple of real life hoarders in Midland County. But they're nice people. Just one guy found it hard to part with stuff because he lost his wife, and she was connected to everything in the house. It's a real life, hoarding story. But, I encountered a lot of nice people. Some very interesting people, too. Some people I went back a couple of times to talk about stuff, and they were nice people. Yeah, issues with my car, and then what was the company thing? I didn't make enough sales, so in the end the company let me go because they had quotas apparently, and they wanted me to sign an affidavit an affidavit that I would make more sales. I'm like, you know what? But anyway, um, so yeah, the cryptocurrencies, it's an awesome thing to get into, but you need money to do it. Um, and this platform was great. I mean, really, I was excited. You know, it's kind of a hard hit to be, for a perpetrator to do something like this. I asked for video. I asked to talk on the phone. So I'm thinking that, the only common thing that I find is this trainer, this girl, she's probably, I would say, around, um, there's one picture of her profile. She's sitting at a resort bar. You can see the ocean behind her. And I know the tropics. That's the tropics. Um, and she has a drink in front of her, Apple Watch. But she looks younger. I would say, 18, 19, 20-ish. But then in the picture she sent me, when she's older, see, this is me with my daughter. It's the same Apple Watch. I can see similarity, with age, skin tone, and all of that. Um, but, there's a lot of other discrepancies. The name on the profile, she said, oh, that's my daughter's name. Well, you said you have 2 kids. Why would you choose between them? Um, Stuff like that. And still the fact that she won't talk to me in person or in video. Um, yeah, so when she didn't want to step up to assure my, anybody could tell a story. This could be made up. It could be for somebody's Facebook. Yeah, because, I said that she was an attractive young lady, and I didn't expect that. I thought that was some trust fund, teenager with the job hookup. Well, I don't want to say teenager, but somebody college age with the, job hookup. I don't even know how they got my name. They said LinkedIn or, no, the other one that starts with an I. Indeed, which is true. I have my resumes posted there. So that, it's like I said, there's a lot of things that I just, yes, that's true. That makes sense. That's a question unanswered, So I'm like, I'm not going to pay anything. Normally, I wouldn't pay anything anyway. When you're offered a contract in an investment firm, you have a contract sitting in front of you. And even then, you have minimal investment other than being there, paying your bus fare or your taxi or your gas, buying your lunch or bringing your lunch, and maybe paying for a membership to this or that. You have minimal investment even to be a broker, a beginning entry-level broker. But I'm not saying you don't, but it's different. You don't usually, you may have some kind of a base wage or a base salary. It depends on the firm, but entry level, it's pretty cutthroat. So I just saw a lot of inconsistencies. She said, well, I'm trying to get you to trust me. So I told you my story of single mom. I'm not really dating right now. I'm focusing on my kids. That's why I love this job. I've been here for a year. I'm just training people and doing my tasks daily and trying to get on my feet. My divorce was really bad. I still haven't recovered from dealing with my ex. It's, I tried to be kind and soft. I said, well, I've made personal vows of um, chastity and celibacy, and if I should say not until or if I meet another person, they'll stand for at least a year, even if I meet somebody, and after that, I'll decide if they're going to be renewed or permanent or what. But I'm a single dad too, and I think about anyway. It just it became like more exciting because hey, maybe here's a boss that I'll like, and I'll have commonality with, so we can build money together. But again, the inconsistencies, and the fact that somebody wouldn't do a phone call or a video chat, nothing. Or send me paperwork like a contract, nothing. So I'm like, this is just really clever. It looks like a really clever con, and you can't force people to pay to work. That's illegal in this country. So this is very disappointing because it's a great platform. I mean, it's a great plan, you know. Um, it's not pure network marketing, but it's similar. But it's a more you get more return. But yet the fact that people have to pay to work, that casts suspicion on the whole thing. And you can get paid in e-currency. Everything is in e-currency. They choose USDC, United States dollar coin, which is good e-currency. I mean, it is the most stable. I looked at their rates. They're pretty static since its conception. Slight dips, but generally it's not significant dips. They're pretty stable, but if there is a dip, usually returns really quick. But it's, like I said, never significant. But this is disappointing, and if send in CENDYN, that's the platform. Send in, I mean, get it. You get the pun there. Send in, and you're just looking at reviews and bookings for the various hotels and resorts worldwide, and then you're confirming them and also there's reviews involved in that. Did I say review? Anyway, there's reviews connected to the bookings, and you just repost them to various websites and stuff. I mean, it's very interesting. It's like turning hotel bookings and hotel reviews into a commodity, and you're distributing them out to the market. I mean, it's a cool platform, but apparently it was just a con, just to hurt my family again. God's sovereign. But you get tired of being targeted and people holding you prisoner. We can truly feel like St. Paul. Only from what we know about his story, nobody's trying to, ignore his health to the point where he dies. Matter of fact, his jailers took pity on him, and they became friends with him, and then they became Christian. They got saved. They became baptized. They became members of the church. Yep, they accepted Jesus, and their sins were washed away, and they became long-time Christians. Such the story goes in other writings. But it's disappointing. You get tired of living in poverty. Everything you try to do is a scam, or people will sabotage it, or people will show up and try to ruin your name with a potential employer or a potential landlord. And the only places that you get moved into or recommended to move is people with bad intentions for you. God has a plan. I don't understand it, but my children shouldn't have to suffer like this. So just beware out there, folks. If you want to protect your family like I do, when you see flags and people won't honor your concerns, it's best to walk away, even if it really hurts.